What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 15 Episode 3 review. Remember today, you guys, my new episode of the KE Guide drops today, where I'll be detailing all of the new television, movies, and documentaries that will be airing this week. So make sure you guys check that out today at 6 p.m. Central Time. My mama always want to call me as soon as I start working. Ooh, the devil be busy. Anywho, let's get into last night's episode. So the episode begins with Sheree and Sonya and Marlo all meeting up to talk at Sheree's house about BravoCon and how much fun they had and everything. And then they discuss Momma Joyce talking slick at the mouth about Todd doing BravoCon, saying she wish he was taller and had more money and a better job and this, that, and the third. Like, it is getting tiresome. And like at this point, like Kandi at this point really does have to put her foot down when it comes to her mama, because like, how many more years are we gonna deal with this? Like, I was watching Kandi online last night speak on it, and she had old boy that she normally has host when she can't host on her. And he made a good point. He was like, I don't understand what Mama D's problem is. He was like, it's not like ever since Todd came into Kandi's life that he's taken from her. He's helped her gain more than anything. Like, her whole trajectory ever since she's gotten with Todd has just been whoosh, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was Kandi before Todd, but now she's Kandi, and it's because of the hard work that they've done together. Like, and she act like this man ain't got nothing going for himself. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she is just honestly annoying. So Sonya says that she was shocked that Drew came for her on the panel because she texted her a week before BravoCon saying that she wanted to sit down and talk and like mend fences, this, that, and the third. So I can understand where Sonya is coming from, because it's like, then we get at BravoCon and you get on stage and you start acting brand new with your Billie Jean glove on. So I get it, 100%. Drew and Ralph go rock climbing, child, and she says that she wants to take the record that they just released of hers further, but he has other things that he want to do. He was like, I helped you, girl. Now leave me alone. So she's kind of looking like, so, okay. Don't know how to really deal with that. But I agree to an extent, like, yeah, I helped you and I'm, been supporting you, but you got to do what you got to do for yourself at the same time. Like, you can't be waiting on nobody to help you do nothing. Nah, this is your career at the end of the day. So she says that her dream is to perform at BravoCon in the future. Like, she want to get up on that stage. Like, as you know, they let Kenya and Sheena and Luann and all of them perform their little songs or whatever. So she want a piece of that action. Kenya FaceTimes Monyetta after going off on her graphic designer for not doing what the hell he was supposed to do. And she wants Monyetta to choreograph a dance for the Magic City Classic that she's going to be involved in. And so Monyetta is super excited about this because she's a great choreographer. For those of you that don't know, outside of being Neo's ex-wife, she has, a little foot in the industry herself. So Kandi talks to Don Juan about her must-do list. And baby, by the time she got done, I was tired for her. Like, woo, child, I thought I'd be busy. She made my little schedule look whimsy and flimsy. So Kandi says that she hasn't talked to Momma Joyce since BravoCon because she was pissed off at the things that she was saying. And she said Todd was upset because he found out through Kayla. He didn't find out through Kandi. And I was like, Kandi, why wouldn't you give him a heads up before all of this came out and it was shown on television? Like, you should have told him what was said. You know what I'm saying? When y'all was on the panel together and everything, like, he shouldn't have found out through the kids. Like, that's disrespectful on your part. And Kandi was like, I need for my mama to respect my marriage. And she was like, I'm over it. Like, she's tired of it. Well, we need to see you be real, real tired of it and check Momma Joyce and her wig, okay? Because it's past overdue. Like, enough is enough is enough. And it needs to be a situation where she tells her, if you can't respect me and my marriage and my family, then I'm going to have to separate myself from you. Point blank and the period. And any help that I'm giving you financially or whatever, since you don't respect us, okay? Because you leeching it just as much as he is, if that's the case. So Kenya, no, I already said that. So Drew and Ralph have cousin Courtney over, Cotton Pete. And come to find out, her baby daddy, Courtney baby daddy, is Bryce from Groove Theory. Baby, he don't look nothing like he used to. He looked like he has had a hard time, honey, because he was a heartthrob in the 2000s, honey. Yes, sir. He was, yes. But things have changed. Like, he ain't ugly, don't get me wrong. He just look a little ashy and rough. But before they get there, Drew has a FaceTime call with Candiace from Potomac, and Candiace asks her to perform with her at the City Winery because she's doing the City Winery tour. I'm thinking about doing something at the City Winery. We have one here in St. Louis. I'm thinking about putting something together. What y'all think? Y'all think I should have an event? Let me know down below in the comment section. Would y'all come? Let me know. Anywho, so Courtney and the baby daddy get there. They have a 24-year-old daughter together. Drew finds out that, you know, when she realizes Bryce, they did a movie together back in the day. So it's all just connecting. Everybody's having an Oprah aha moment. So Drew decides, for whatever reason, to FaceTime Kandi while Courtney is there. And Kandi was like, why you calling me? Like, and I didn't understand. She was looking at her like, you trying to be messy. She was like, no, I would never do anything messy. I don't know what's going on between. I wasn't there. Girl, you knew what was going on because your husband told you. Why would you call her, Thompson? Say hi to Courtney. Come on now, Drew. You were being messy. You were being messy for sure. And Kandi clocked it and called you out on it. Okay, so then she gets to telling her that Candiace wants her to perform with her at the City Winery, and Kandi congratulates her and was like, you know, of course I'll be there to support. So after that, they sit down to eat, and Courtney says that Sonya said she should confront Kandi at the party, but then in front of Kandi said that I didn't say that. Now, unless that was something that they just didn't air, we didn't see that part, but this is what Courtney is saying. And Drew was like, you know, Sonya can be a little tricky. You got to watch her. And Courtney was like, I'm already seeing. Now, if Sonya really did say that, that's messed up. That's messed up. Like, because not only did you set it up for her to confront Kandi, but you didn't even give Kandi a heads up on this girl got a beef with me, got an issue with me, and me and you know, trying to build a rapport with each other off camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's messed up. I ain't never really saw it for Sonya. I didn't really see it for her last season. She's like neither here nor there for me. So Drew visits Candiace at her rehearsal before their performance and everything. And let me just tell y'all, I'm so tired of hearing Candiace and drive back and drive forward and reverse and Uno, reverse, skip one. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. We have literally been hearing this girl sing these two songs for the last like 7 months, 7 or 8 months. Think about it. Potomac aired, we had to listen to the dang on songs. And her prepping for the song with Trina. Then after that, you turn around and we had Ultimate Girls Trip. She's singing on there. Then once we thought we got rid of her, here she is on Atlanta singing. I'm so sick of hearing this girl sing. We didn't want the album. If we wanted to hear her sing, we would have bought it. Like, come on, Bravo. Like, I understand showing the housewife support, but this is just overboard at this point. I'm sick of it. Cute doing a little crossover, cute, but can we think of doing something else? Like, oh my God, I'm so sick of her saying drive back, and then you want a reverse. I'm sick of it. Oh my God. So the ladies arrived to the show. Marlo comes to the table and say, hi ladies. And Kandi was like, hi. The other girls kind of just did like, they do not see it for Marlo. And they shouldn't, because Marlo dogged them last season and then try to turn around and act like she was a victim. Okay. So, who is that ex? Sonya was like, so y'all not seeing it for Marlo? And Monyetta was like, I gave her a high. She was like, I can't mess with nobody that talk about you and then want to smile up in your face. It's just not how I go. So Sheree, however, didn't come because she said she was sick. I don't believe that. I just think that she didn't want to support Drew. So Candiace performs in a dry blonde wig, honey, that I never need to see ever again. Her little performance outfits was cute, but she need to get tights that match the skin tone of her actual skin tone, because them tights was like light skin and your chocolate. Didn't really understand that, and I need for her to not do that blonde wig no more. Anything is better than her natural hair color. Well, not her natural hair color, but that reddish brown crap she been wearing since her first season. But that right there, get your own identity. Stop trying to be Beyonce. Girl, figure it out. So she performs her little doo-wop. Drew come out in a real cute little Fendi number and literally performs for 43 seconds. She literally came out there and harmonized and did her do, ra, fo, sol, mi, li, do, ra, fo, whatever. Y'all know, do, re, fa, sol, la, ti, do, whatever. That's basically what they did. They basically did a couple of runs with each other, and Candiace said, okay, hop up off my stage. There was really no point of that. Like, she didn't even let her go, like, let her get her shit out. Like, she could at least let the girl perform her song, like, while she went in the back and changed. Like, geez, what was the point? So, after her performance, after the whole show was over, the ladies go backstage to talk. And Sonya asks Drew what happened at BravoCon. Drew pretty much was like, I don't want to rehash things. I want to start anew. They decided to start anew. Then Drew asked, what's been going on in the group? And Kandi was like, well, I heard that Courtney had some things to say about me to Sonya. Sonya was like, you said she brought the hood out. Courtney was like, yeah, I was born in the hood. I said ghetto people started to come, which was true. I mean, but my family is hood, and I love that. And Kandi was like, you should never say things that look down on the place that you came from. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got some hood up in us, and hood parties sometimes be the best type of parties. What you mean? So Courtney was like, you are really triggered. And Kandi was like, you don't know me. I bring everybody out because I'm worldwide. So I'm just looking at Kandi like, Kandi, why are you wasting your breath arguing with this lady? You cannot argue with somebody that willingly, freely wears a tiny little fedora in 2023. Courtney was sitting up there giving Inspector Gadget realness. Girl, I would have dog-walked her with that horrible hat. Where did you get that from? A vintage store? A consignment store? Like, girl, you can't even dress yourself properly. You cannot even breathe in my direction. Girl, get out of here. And who are you at the end of the day? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Where is your scooter? Like, who are you, lady? So then Sonya brings up Monyetta and Marlo's beef. And Monyetta was like, you don't talk behind people's back, because Marlo made a comment about Monyetta finally speaking last season, and Kandi brought a +1 or let Monyetta come on a trip. Some crap she was saying. And Marlo was like, is that all you had to say to me, beautiful? Like, being real condescending. And Monyetta was like, girl, bye. From what we saw, that little back and forth didn't really go nowhere. Really didn't even need to be shown, honestly. Drew asks what happened at Blaze, and it's obvious that somebody prompted her to ask the question. Obviously, the producers asked her to bring it up because they didn't get anything out of Kandi when they filmed with her at Blaze with the cousin and Todd. And she was like, so Kandi, what's going on at Blaze with the incident? Like, you could tell she was so uncomfortable and really didn't want to ask for real. And Kandi was like, it's a private matter. Marlo gets upset and was like, okay, I'm ready to go home, because as I said, Kandi can talk about whatever she wants. And to an extent, I get what she's saying. Like, we're supposed to be on a show and we're supposed to divulge our lives. And she's had this big incident that has happened and she's not talking about it. But really, what is there to talk about? We already know what happened. You know what I'm saying? there was an incident. Somebody got, pow-powed. She wasn't there when it physically happened. It's a court case. She really can't discuss too much. Like, so what do you want? And at the end of the day, I ain't giving y'all no tea about OLG or whatever, wherever it happened, and y'all done cancel my show, but then y'all still want tea on it. Girl, get out of here. That's extra. If y'all want that tea, how about that? So, and then it's not like Kandi has not divulged her whole entire life to the world since she's been on the show. There really hasn't been anything off limits in her life. She's discussed everything. We know all of her business pretty much that she has wanted to tell us. So I feel like Marlo was just trying to make a moment and once again figure out a way to come for Kandi at the end of the day. And like I said, Kandi has paid her dues tenfold. Marlo, it's your turn. So Kandi was like, okay, well, let's talk about when you cut that girl in her face. And Courtney was like, what? My new friend cuts people in the face? What is going on? And Marlo was like, yeah, she bringing up something that happened years ago. So the ladies then decide to leave. But 30 minutes later, a producer catches on camera Drew and Marlo arguing. So Marlo was like, why didn't you say shooting? Why didn't you say shooting? You kept on saying incident. So at this point, Marlo is mad because she feels like Drew didn't really go in on Kandi and really dig and say what it is. And Drew was like, everybody knows it was on the news. Like, what more do you want me to say? Like, we already know what it is, even us, the viewers. So I don't even understand why Marlo is so upset. If you wanted more questions to be asked, why didn't you ask the questions? Like, come on now. And at the end of the day, Kandi is her friend. You know what I'm saying? What did you want her to do? So Marlo then equates her not saying it was a shooting, and she says that, she lost her nephew to gun violence. And apparently we find out that 2 years ago, Marlo's nephew worked for Kandi at one of the restaurants and got pow-powed at home by his roommate. And she texted Kandi and was like, do you know such and such? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, he worked for you at da-da. She was like, yeah. She was like, well, that's my nephew, and he just got pow-pow or whatever. And so Kandi was like, damn, that's, messed up or whatever. They then filmed a scene with each other 2 years ago, and Marlo brings it up. She was like, girl, I'm going through it. My nephew just got pow-powed and da-da-da-da-da. And on camera, Kandi was like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. Now, the way Marlo even broached the subject on camera, she broached the subject from what we saw from a standpoint of acting like she never told Kandi. So what did you want Kandi to do? It wasn't like from what we saw, she was like, girl, remember when I called you last night and told you my little nephew had got pow-powed and, he worked for you? She didn't say it like that. Didn't say it like that at all. So I'm figuring Kandi just going along with what you dishing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, have a scene and talk about, how your nephew was just, pow-powed or whatever. And I'm like, what did you really want Kandi to say and do? I mean, of course she was saying that, her nephew had pictures with Kandi, like standing in the background while he was cooking. Okay, that's fine, but let's not act like she's besties with all of her employees. Like, really, what did you want her to say? Yeah, it was messed up. That was your nephew. But based on even the way you said you text her, you didn't even know your own nephew worked for her until he got pow-pow. So obviously you ain't even really have a close relationship with the boy. That you ain't even, the fact that you even had to text Kandi was like, do you know my nephew? Come to find out he worked for you. This, come on now. Girl, stop, Marlo, please stop. Marlo just be doing team too much. And that's why we the audience, I feel, don't connect with her, because everything is forced and a lie and manipulated, and it's just over exaggerated. It's just too much. So, Marlo says, you know, my nephew died. You can Google it. Feel my heart. You see how hard my heart is racing? And Drew was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So Marlo was like, my blood nephew is dead. And you acting right now. My nephew is dead, B. And jumps like in Drew's face. And Drew looks at the camera crew like, is she? And so Marlo is seen storming out, talking about, so my nephew is dead. And this B acting right now. No, you're acting right now. Because you didn't even make this big of a fuss when it actually happened. Even after that scene with Kandi, there's no other footage of you talking about this nephew. But now since something happened with Kandi's people, you want to now bring it up? Like, girl, I just can't with Marlo. Like, get her away. Get her away. And I can't wait for next week's episode for Kenya to cuss her tail out because she deserves it. She deserves it 100%. 100%. And I tried to watch her little interview with Jason Lee, but both of them together was just so trifling. So trifling. The lies and stuff that was being spewed, especially from Marlo about Kandi and how they fell out. Like, you're not going to sit up here and act like we didn't see you on national television dogging this girl for no reason. She had not done anything to you. Stop. Anywho. Overall, I'm going to give last night's episode of Atlanta, I'm going to give it a B-. I'm going to give it a B-. It was a good little episode. Next week's episode, however, looks like it's going to be even better. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.